Do you know what time it is? It's Final Fantasy time. Your boy's back. Sorry for missing, I don't know how many weeks I missed, 1 or 2 weeks. Sorry. Sorry for missing, I don't know how many weeks I missed, 1 or 2 weeks. Sorry about that. Sorry. Sorry about that. But anyway, we're playing video games. I was just testing my volume. I forgot what the thing said. West of the Sand Sea. We're going this way, folks. That's right, it's Final Fantasy time. So, when you're not playing on super OP mode like I am, this is probably a place where you met a random death. Probably. You probably bone zoned your way to like level 40. And in this area, you're likely to meet a boy that'll kill you in one hit. With little to no warning.
So, where exactly is Wraithwall's tomb?
Far to the west. We must first cross the Yogir Yensa, and beyond that, the Nam Yensa, before we reach the tomb. An expanse of desert larger still than all of Delmasca. We must pace ourselves. If you grow tired, we stop and take rest.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm tougher than I look.
You are at that.
Sorry for that, bathroom emergency. I had to pee so bad. Oh my god, sorry about that again. But at least you got to look at Fran's butt, right? So, here it is, boys. A big scary area. There's a lot of gold farm opportunity in here, by the way. Killing a lot of these Alraune or Alrunes or however you pronounce them. Ow. Killing a lot of them is very good. And they tend to drop nice, valuable, and rare items. Okay, yeah, we got Kira boy. But you definitely want them. If you can get 99 of them, you're gonna make a lot of money. They're worth a very good amount, especially compared to the bones from the Bone Zone. There's a lot of magic spells in here. You'll notice that earlier I obtained myself a copy of the infused spell. But don't stress too hard about finding the spells. I'm gonna show you guys an easy way to get all the magic in the game. Without having to shit your own pants. So, if you wanted to farm the succulent fruit, which, let's face it, you do once you get here. It's worth it. You should definitely farm succulent fruit. It's very easy to do. The experience isn't too bad either. And it's easy. It's really easy to do. So, especially if you've got like an assassin's dagger, or if you're like level 50 to 60, you can easily farm up these succulent fruits. Like, you'll notice that here there was enough to get us a whole bunch, right? Now they're pretty far out and in between, so this isn't necessarily the farming area you want to use if you want to get succulent fruits, but I'll show you where that is. There is a farming area for that here.
A construct to draw oil from the ground. Abandoned many years now, it seems.
Did Dalmaskans build this?
No, the Rosarians. Their empire lies far to the west, ever at war with Arcadia. Heedless of the kingdoms caught in their midst. Dalmasca, Nabrodia, Landis.
'Tis the small craft's fate to watch the list of the galleons and pray for light winds.
Vossler, why are you here?
Imagine my surprise when upon my return to Bogerba, I find both you and the Lady Ash have vanished. I thought you above consorting with sky pirates.
Balthier is a man worthy of our trust, and it was the Lady Ash's decision. I am content to lend my arm, as I could not when Rassler died, when her throne was taken. Never again. I will defend her this time.
You walked the Knight's path. The Lady Ash?
We should leave this place.
Let me guess. Sandstorm?
Something far worse.
I see. So the Dawn Shard does lie in King Wraithwall's tomb. The
Get it?
Marquis sympathizes
You
with
get
your
the joke?
plight, yet the Empire perches as a carrion bird on his shoulder. He can keep whispers of your abduction silent for only so long.
Yes. Tell me, Vossler, what have you accomplished?
We leave at once. This is Urutan Yensa territory, and they are unfond of visitors. Looks like we've attracted the wrong sort of attention. Let's quit this place while we still can. Move!
Vossler! Have you found the means to restore Dalmasca?
First, we must claim the Dawn Shard. It all begins with that.
Alright. So we get an extra sword arm. Exciting, yes, yes. Vossler is, of course, leveled up based on where you are. Okay, so Pinello's our big boy. Okay. Just trying to remember what builds I wanted for our characters here. As we draw ever closer to where I can pick a second class board. Ow. Ah, an ancient sword. Yes, the Sand Boys. The character design of these people is literally if they took the Sand People from Star Wars and the Jabbas from Star Wars and just did them both at once. So, they have their little Jabba uniforms. They creep around like Jabbas. They speak in a similar to Jabba gibberish. But instead of dealing in technology like the Jabbas do, they're a primitive society, similar to the Sand People, that are hostile to everything that isn't one of them. I mean, I like it. It appeals to me a lot. When it first came out, it didn't do well. A lot of people didn't like it. The system that you used to get abilities and build your characters was not very intuitive, so to say. And instead of having like characters that specialized in things, it just kind of was like everybody was mediocre in their own special way. So they remade it for the PS3. And they changed the job system to have more focused boards. And instead of having like one really big board, you would choose from the various small boards and have a more specialized list of power-ups and skills based on the choice that you made, rather than one gigantic board that tries to kind of like combine a little bit of everything into one big board. And then they remade it again into this release, which is called the Zodiac Age. So the first reconfiguration was called the Zodiac Job System, which introduced the smaller boards that you could only pick one of. But now you have this, the Zodiac Age, where you have the ability to pick two. And it has a lot of really great features, like at times you can speed up the game within the engine, which is really cool, and I like that. I'm going to try to explore the whole map if possible, because I want to show you guys where all the magic is and stuff. And we've got to hope that I don't run into our good friend, One-Hit Killosaurus. Huh. Those fish thingies drop the spectacular scales, which if you can farm them, they're probably one of the harder things to farm. Like, it would take forever to do that, even with the speed up. But if you did, your reward is probably one of the highest and easiest gold farms in the world. But you can get a similar thing through getting the succulent fruits, so you might as well just do that. Alright, so here's the wyvern. He ran away. Oh, we got a healing rod, nice. Oh, and a warhammer. I think I can equip that. Hold on. No, not yet. I have to get my second job board right. Shikari's daggers, not axes and hammers. But yeah, that warhammer, it doesn't always spawn in that chest back there, but it's worth checking that chest just because you might get it. Warhammer's a pretty strong weapon in this part of the game. This is, as you can see, you have to get all the way to level 3 in the warhammers and axes to even equip it. Which is usually... ooh. Nice. That guy was... That was a big spooky guy. Thought I saw another treasure chest, I was wrong. Whee! Oops. Anyway, we're gonna go up into this top corner here. Alright, we apparently killed something. Whee! Oh, another treasure chest. There's a couple of them I'm specifically looking for. One of them's up in this corner. God, so many traps. Oh, there's Reflect. Very important magic to find. But again, even if you missed all these, for whatever reason, not the end of the world. You can still get your stuff that you need. Even if you go all the way through the game and you never get any of the magics that are in these chests. Ever. Like, you never get them. And you never buy them. You can still get all the magic in the game. And you don't need to know any spells to do it, by the way. It does help to know spells, though. Especially things like Reflect, like the one I just grabbed. Reflect and Arrow. Gambits. Does she have Asuna yet? Dumb. Oh yeah, right. I need to do that. I'm like trying to remember all the controls. Oh, I found a Sirius. Sirius, I do believe, is a gun. Guns are good for... Oh shit. There's a spooky guy. I wonder if we can kill that. Let's see. No, we can't. Oh boy. Oh, good, we got a fire crystal. No, we gotta flee. Oh no. Oh no. That's okay though. We can still get away. Run. I couldn't remember if that thing was immune to physical attacks or not. Turns out it is. Yes, fire is certainly like Fire-aga, but it's got a ga at the end. That's right. Fortunately, we have so many Phoenix Downs, I don't even know what to do with them all. And we have one more thing of Echo Herbs for Fran. What? She doesn't know Raise? Hold on a minute. Yeah, she does. Just doesn't have any gambit thingies. Oh yeah, the only downside to using Cura. It targets everyone, so. Well, anyway, we tried. Potions. Alright, so if you want to farm to get gold, or gil, in the case of this game, this is the area where you want to farm succulent fruits. It's quick, it's easy, it's effective. You also can have some pretty good items in the chests that spawn here. So if you want to farm, all you do is you kill all the guys there, then you go flee through here, out the back, like that. Then turn around and do it again. And you'll be murdering these boys en masse in no time. And you'll be getting ethers and high ethers, and you name it. You get it all. Ooh, you can even get Phoenix Downs. That's nice. But we're not going to worry too much about that. Okay. Alright, like I said, we're going to try to see the whole map if possible. It's a lot of really nice things I'd love to tell you guys all about. This map is, by the way, huge. Oh boy. So yeah, the big red ball, it seems to be immune to physical strikes, which is delightfully annoying, by the way. As I'm sure all of you really needed me to tell you in order for you to know that. Potions of Phoenix Downs are relatively commonplace down here. I seem to be getting a lot of ethers. So if something has reflect, like that thing, if you ever go up against something that has reflect on it all the time, if you want to hit it with magical spells, it's still possible. It's just a little annoying and convoluted. You'll need a time mage or a reflect mote to give everyone reflect. Then once everyone has reflect, you cast an AoE spell on your party. And what it'll do is it'll reflect off of your party and it'll hit the enemy up to 5 times. Right, yeah, the ancient sword's not a bad thing to have. Sucks that all I have is the Gladius or the Mithril Blade. There's worse things. But yeah, you notice that those things were green slimes. So they get healed by wind damage, which the Gladius deals wind damage. Let's see how far I can get into the caves. Ow. There's always traps. Eventually, once we get all the gambits unlocked and everything, we'll have the ability to have people with float and stuff. But yeah, going through the cave will allow you to get to this section. The cave is full of very strong enemies. So if you're not in OP mode like I am, you will likely die when you go through that cave. But you're reward for making it through is the turtle shell choker. So the turtle shell choker. You may be wondering, what the hell is that? Well, it's an accessory, I do believe. Let's get the gladius on. Put on a round shield. There it is. So the turtle shell choker, as you can see, will use Gil instead of MP. Which, for, I'm sure somebody could tell you a reason or character that would benefit from it, but most of the time it's not very useful. Sorry. But it's true. So anyway, we're back to the more low-level people. The Zertinian caves are quite strong. So make sure that you have fully upgraded gear. You know, get some good weapons before you even bother going in there, or level up a lot. You know, like if you want to go through the Zertinian caves at this point in the game, you're gonna want to definitely level grind. There's a few, what's the word? AFK leveling techniques that you can employ, or you can do the bone zone if you really have a ton of time on your hands. Bone zone would take forever to get to level 90 with, by the way. You'd probably have to do it for like a few days with little to no breaks to get to level 90. I love how fast the ×4 moves. Alright, let's head down. See the lower sides of the map. Ooh, a killer bow. Nice. I don't think I have any archers, but the killer bow is nice. Not as good as the burning bow, but it's not bad either, you know? So this section here, similar to the other succulent fruit farming area, has a few fruity boys that you can kill to get succulent fruits from. Did I see an exclamation point over his head? Oh, no, I saw that. Gotcha, bitch. Okay. The only downside about farming it here is that it's really not as good as the other place I showed you. The first place that's up there above us. That's the best place to farm succulent fruit, I think, almost in the whole game. It's just so conveniently located. Oh, a lightning fang. Finding some cool stuff down here, yo. And I believe that there's another orange crystal down here. Whee. So there's a lot of like people that haven't played Final Fantasy XII, and I don't blame them. I mean, why would you play it if you don't even like it, you know? But just because they never played it doesn't mean that they'll never talk about it. And a lot of them will talk some big shit about the game and try to tell people things that just aren't true. Oh, I got 23 of these. Look at that. 7,000 for selling 20 of them. That's all I'm saying, buddy. Some green liquid. Green liquid's good too, but look at how much the succulent fruit is worth. 363 each. That's some good stuff right there. 91 of these. I try to keep 10 of each item in my inventory so that I always have stuff to sell to the bazaar. Useless. You can wear that. Balaclava. We'll need that later. He needs iron armor on. Oh, got some bazaar goods. So, yeah, some stuff. A capella, wow. Well, yeah, as you sell stuff to merchants, you'll sometimes get this, oh, there's new items in the bazaar alert. This is an alert letting you know that you've unlocked a bazaar recipe, which is good. Bazaar items are usually rare items, or they are a collection of items. You usually either spend the same as if you were to buy the collection of items, or sometimes you get really lucky and you spend less. Save a little money. And since the bazaar's recipes are obtained by selling things, it tends to be pretty lucrative to go through all the recipes and try and get things. But a lot of the better items in the game are bazaar recipes. For instance, all of the grimoires are bazaar recipes. But fortunately, you don't have to sell anything or collect anything to get them. Instead, you do actions. You talk to certain vendors a certain amount of time. You talk to the hunting job board thing a certain amount of times. And then you unlock them. And then, after you unlock them, you buy them. And then they're officially unlocked. The grimoires are pretty important. They, oh. But, that guy's talking about that thing that was standing next to him that ran away. It was telling him that it needed help. That spot there is pretty good for farming succulent fruit, by the way. You just only get 3 or 4 per run versus the other one where you get about 5 per run. So, in theory, it's just a better idea to go with the first place I showed you. Forgive me for yawning. I've been awake since 8 a.m.? Oh, this is the thing that the creature was trying to ask for assistance with. And we went out and killed it. So now, if we want to, we can go back the way we came. And we kill a few more of these urutans. A couple more succulent fruits. And you head back here, and you say, So he says, hey, he left. Maybe he went to the other Sandsea. So, naturally, you go back to the other Sandsea, you head up here, and then there's a cutscene. It's at that point that he says that he did find the treasure of the Sandsea. So, you head back down, and you head over here. And there's a big meeting. There's the queen of those people queening around. She seems upset. You shame us for seeking aid outside of the tribe. Bring him back, bring him back. She's like, I would turn you to dust, but it's better that you stay alive and tell everyone not to fuck with us, jerk. Alright, XII berries. Oh, 6 viewers all of a sudden. Hello. Four viewers all of a sudden. Goodbye. So it finds the flower, we get the XII berries. You can use those in the boss fight. What boss fight? Well, you'll find out soon enough. Especially since we can just rush through here on super speedy mode. Super speedy DD mode, yeah. By the way, just because you're playing in overpowered mode doesn't mean you're invincible, as you saw before. There are still plenty of enemies in the game that are here that will kill the shit out of you. Huh. Whee. Oh, whoa. There's still a lot of map left to explore. If you kill something that casts sleep on you before it finishes casting it, it'll still cast sleep, but usually it'll miss. Ooh, bombs. Lamp oil, rope, bombs. It's yours, Link, as long as you have enough rupees. It's yours, my friend. It's yours, my friend. And not only is it properly balanced, it's properly imbalanced. Boy! Lots of stuff that'll fuck you up. Speaking of balance, we just found the spell balance. Balance is a pretty useful spell. Does a lot of nice things. Part of the repertoire of the Time Mage. Time Mage has a lot of really useful spells like Gravity and Float and Haste. One of those was probably, I didn't even have to mention it, but, you know, I try to be thorough when I give information if possible. Whee. Alright, let's see something. Yeah, let's just head up here. By the way, those blue arrows don't tell you where they go to until you've gone through them. So if you... Oh, God, they're so fucking loud. That was so fucking loud. RIP headphone users, sorry. Sorry about that. Anyway. Yeah, boy. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. I got both of the rare items. 5 out of 5. But yeah, those 2 chests there, you definitely want to go get those. Really good items in those chests. But the chests in this game are a little weird. In most areas, treasure chests have more than one item that they can get. There'll be like a rare item, a common item, and gil. Oh no. Time mages can definitely hurt you. They can turn you into stone. So don't provoke a time mage. Speaking of which, if you have a time mage in your party, you can easily do an AFK leveling technique. So we already found one of these. I don't know if you remember, but we did. Wow, a shitty dagger. Shit, I gotta get him one of those. We don't need the ancient sword anymore, but look at the ancient sword's on hit. Petrify, really strong for most of the game. But we don't need that, once we have a low grade. Here's a really, really important item, the embroidered tippet, or tippet, as some people call it. It's relatively difficult to farm. You really only need 3 of them. But the embroidered tippet is how you go from level 1 to level 90 real quick. So as you can tell here, there's obviously a boss battle upcoming. So I hope you're excited. That is not a car engine, it's a temple. Whee! Here's a boss. They're flying. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this, but we got these berries. Look at that. Oh yeah, girl. Farted on. Bitch. Using the berries makes the fight relatively easier. If you want to know what the berries do specifically, I would recommend a Google search, because I don't really know off the top of my head. And I don't have to know, because they're dead. Whenever you beat bosses in this game, the characters will do a little pose, you know? It's not a car engine. It's a temple. Now, in the original version of this game,
Long ago,
there was a pretty powerful weapon in this temple.
who would oversee the subjugation
Now,
of a vast
there's
territory
not.
spanning from Mordalia to Valendia. Here he forged the Galtean alliance. Though he is called the Dynast King, upon establishing the alliance, he demonstrated compassion for his people and disdain for needless war. A philosophy passed on to his successors, one that would bring peace and prosperity for hundreds of years to follow. It was during this time of peace that the city-states of Arcadia and Rosalia,
Look at that
each
sword.
members of Wraithwall's alliance,
Looks
took root
incredibly
and flourished.
uncomfortable to wield.
Wraithwall left 3 relics signifying descent from the Dynast King. Of these, the Midlight Shard was given to what would become House Nabradia, and the Dusk Shard to my ancestors, the founders of Dalmasca. The last of these relics was the Dawn Shard. It remained hidden here, known only to those of royal blood.
As though the Dynast King foresaw the very plight before us now.
None save descendants of the king are suffered within. If we attempt to enter without proof of such lineage...
There's no guarantee we'll make it out alive. Vicious beasts, fiendish traps, something like that.
Mm-hmm. But you must consider the prize. The Dawn Shard lies within, and Wraithwall's treasure.
And there was I, thinking this was going to be hard.
Alright, so don't forget to touch the tomb crystal so that you can teleport here in the future. A friendly reminder to people who haven't played this game, the orange crystals allow you to teleport. However, you cannot teleport to any crystals that you haven't previously touched. So when you see them, touch them. Alright, so you're probably thinking that that big bird was the last boss we're going to be fighting tonight. Well, you're wrong. So here's where they talk about how that lantern teleports people. So, next boss fight. Yeah, that's right. We're already in another boss fight. And this one's optional, but we're gonna kill them anyway.
Fight or run? We better decide fast.
He didn't even get the Teluga off. So yeah, beating him is not as easy as it was for me just now. So, in the original version of the game... Hey, you thought I was kidding. That was a boss fight. Oops. So in the original game, killing the demon wall allows you to touch this gem. Now, if you run away through this door instead of fighting that wall, you don't get to kill it. And as such, you don't get to press the button. Now, here's another Wraith wall. I mean, Demon wall. So yeah, back-to-back Demon wall boss fights.
The wall
Woohoo.
comes. We must be quick. Together we can bring it down.
So this one is quite easy compared to the others, because you can use the Altar of Contemplation, and it stops the demon wall, and it'll just sit there and take it, and then die. Turn into sand. Now, in the original game, killing both of the demon walls was a really good decision to make. This is because you gave you access to a powerful weapon, a really powerful weapon, a dark weapon. However, in this game, you don't get that weapon. Instead, you get a moat that allows you to cast the most powerful dark spell. Now, that's really cool and everything, but it's not worth our time. So, I just wanted to show you that you could kill both the demon walls if you bone zone hard enough. Or, one other method is to cast Reflect on your party. Then you go into the fight and you cast Arrow on the party. This will reflect off the party and then back onto the wall. When it hits the wall, it'll hit it 4 times. When it hits the wall 4 times, it'll do, if as long as you're like level 40 to 50, it'll do around 2,000 damage each cycle. And you can usually...
It wounds me to look on as they pillage so solemn a place.
Yet without help, you and I are as nothing. Is this not so? He thinks ever and always on his own profit. Assure him of it and he shall remain true to our cause.
I do not share your majesty's trust.
We will continue this later. Now we should concern ourselves with finding the Dawn Shard.
You can go through like 1 or 2 cycles before the reflect wears off. And then you have to cast it again.
It sleeps in waiting, somewhere deep within.
The
How can you be certain?
The reflect doesn't...
I can hear its call.
The reflect doesn't stop the Teluga attack from the demon wall, which renders one of your party members... I mean, like, they're not dead, but they're gone. And they cannot be resurrected. Alright, so now we got the map. Wow! So... there it is. If you bought all the grimoires before you came here, you get a big head start on collecting some bizarre items. I don't think we bought any of the grimoires yet. There isn't really a need to. Most of the items that you can collect from this area are for building like the ultimate weapons and stuff, and we don't need to do that right now. We're already level 90. So those things with the two faces and the horns, they drop an important ingredient for the bazaar. But only if you have a grimoire that makes them drop it. So make sure to get your grimoires early if you wanted to get those items. Zombie, zombie, zombie. Zombie. Oh, the soldier's cap. Nice. Now we touch the jewel. It lowers that a little bit. Real exciting stuff. And it gives us a little shortcut back. Hey, hey. All right. We're making awesome progress today. We might even get to the last boss fight, which gets us to, it gets us to where, there's words I want to say. I don't know what they are. I don't know what words I want to say. It's not really like the halfway point through the game, but we get to a point where there won't be as many cutscenes. And we're given free reign to kind of like do whatever we need or want to do. So once you open up the lower area here, you don't want to run down, go through the door. Naturally, you'll be outside of the map. This gets you to a nice little hallway and an autosave. And a cutscene! Yeah!
Fog? Underground?
Not fog. Mist.
You can see the mist with your eyes?
Where it is thick enough, you may. The nether runs deep in this place.
So, is the mist dangerous?
Yes, but it is also an aid. A dense mist allows the working of powerful magics.
I'll keep that in mind. Can't count on Vaughn to keep track of these things. That's for sure.
Rude. Rude. I mean, she's right, but rude. So there's a couple treasure chests down here. Doing these weird outgrowths on the map. There's a blood sword. See? Told you. Another one here. It's got that phoenix down. Both treasure chests are worth a look. What's that? You wanted another cutscene? Sure. Have a boss fight too. Woo! Got him. Got him. So that was dumb face. We'll learn what his name is. I don't know what his name is. Oh, Bellius. Yeah, Bellius. He's the fire esper.
In vainglory they arose, shouting challenges at the gods, but prevail they did not. Their doom it was to walk the mist until time's end. A legend of the Nemo.
My family tells a story of the Dynast King and an Esper. The story goes that in his
There's a lot of cutscene.
For which the gods took heed of him.
I hope you guys like cutscenes.
So, all this time it's been here guarding the Dynast King's treasure?
Not so. The Esper is the Dynast King's treasure.
That's your treasure?
In this Esper we now command rests a power whose worth is beyond any measure.
Is that so? Call me old-fashioned, but I was hoping for a treasure whose worth we could measure.
Hey-oh. Big jokes. Big jokes. Big jokes. Don't use this waystone. It'll take you back to the beginning of the dungeon. Don't use that waystone.
What's wrong?
Your Majesty, we must go.
What?
What? Hey, it's me, Rex. How's it going? Remember me from the beginning of the game? I was the main character, and then I died. It was terrible. I didn't like it. Can I not be dead, please? What, does he see him too? I guess he does. Please do not compare, the relationship of Ash and Van to Snowball and whoever the fuck it is from Final Fantasy XIII, because you will find that they are exactly the same. And it's the same stupid story. I mean storyline. I mean. Good thing she knows how to breathe so loud. Thanks, Ash. Alright. So, we've got the Dawn Shard. Good job, us. Now we have to get the hell out of this temple. Bada bing! We're outside of the temple. Wow. And because I don't want to see all those stupid cutscenes again, and because I don't want to fight all those bosses all over again, we're gonna save the game. and leave. The Empire have caught up to us.
Such a tremendous honor to again be graced with your presence, Majesty. You left us with such great dispatch upon our last encounter that I must confess I had begun to worry that we may have given your Majesty some cause for offense.
Such a heartfelt display of remorse. Now what is it you want?
I want you to give me the Nethicite.
No, don't give him the Nethicite. Don't do it, he's evil.
That is a base imitation. We seek Wraithwall's legacy, the ancient relics of the Dynast King. Day-affected Nethicite. Did you not tell them, Captain Azalus?
He sold us
Majesty,
out.
He speaks of the Dawn Shard. That is the Nethicite.
He sold us out. He sold us
Are you
out.
mad, Vossler? If we are to save Dalmasca, we must accept the truth. I will fight this profitless battle no more.
Captain Azalus has struck a wise bargain. In return for the Dawn Shard, the Empire will permit Lady Ash to reclaim her throne, and the Kingdom of Dalmasca will be restored. Think on it. An entire kingdom for a stone. You must admit, 'tis more than a fair exchange.
And when all is said and done, your master will have another pet.
Lady Ash, let
Did
us
you
take
notice
heed
the
to
little
people of
twitch?
Dalmasca. Your Majesty wallows in indecision on peril of their heads. And his shall be the first to fall.
Well, at least your sword is to the point.
Rude.
To think the relics of the Dynast King were day-affected Nethicite, Dr. Sid will be beside himself.
What did you say?
Captain Azalus, take them to Shiva.
Not
They
Shiva.
have leave to return to Rabanastre soon.
No, not Rabanastre.
I want you to assess its power.
Did our orders not specify that we return the stone for testing?
I will not chance returning with a stone that is yet unproven.
Ah, how delightfully manipulative. I like it. I like it.
When we return to Dalmasca, we can announce that you are alive and well. I will then continue our negotiations with the Empire. I believe Lars is the key. He'll listen to us. We should trust him.
Who are you, Vossler, to talk of trust?
A son of Dalmasca.
Rude. You double-crossed us. You literally just double-crossed us. Uh-oh.
Our equipment here is limited, so we'll be using the ship's drive to make our assessment.
Oh, don't do
Once
that.
we've connected the stone, the reaction
No,
should
don't.
be easily measured.
Methods do not interest me, only results.
Fran? Such heat! The mist, it's burning!
68 6,800, 6,900, 7,000. This must be de-affected nethicite. The count still climbs.
Ah, we found it at last. True de-affected nethicite. The power of the Dynast King in my hands. Blood alone does not an emperor make, vain.
What is this? Something's wrong.
What is it? You stand.
Hold her down!
What's wrong with her?
I always knew Fran didn't take well to being tied up. I just never knew how much. How about you?
I like Fran's idea. Let's get out of here.
No farther! Sky Pirates, the future of Dalmasca will not be stolen.
This guy's a fool.
Why do this, Bash? This struggle is futile. You must know where it leads.
I do know. All too well.
Get farted on, boy. Fuck you.
Engine power falling rapidly. Each negative, impossible.
Engine room, this is the bridge. Report.
What are they doing down
What's
there?
happened?
The nethicite's draining the ship's power.
Disengage it at once.
I want that
We're
number
trying
3
to go
million
good.
seal. Let me in on.
Action reach critical in 300. Cascade failure.
Ash, let's go.
All I have done, I've ever thought of Dalmasca first.
I know you do. I would ne'er gainsay your loyalty.
Look on what my haste has wrought. Did I act too quick? Or was your return too late? I can serve her no more. You must take up my charge.
So sad.
This might get a little dicey.
The mist. It manifests now.
Is that what you call this?
What's that? I think it's the Dawn Shard.
Then what are we waiting for?
So there was a small explosion. It killed the entire fleet and destroyed the Leviathan.
The dreadnought Leviathan is sunk. The 8th fleet of the Arcadian Imperial Army lost. As word of the events in the yacht sounded throughout the Empire, quit I Bujerba, citing sudden malady. My true motive, to bring the various counter-imperial forces scattered throughout Ivalice together in unified resistance. By this time, Lady Ash had made her return to Rabanasta. She had not, however, made known her presence. Rather, she was content with keeping both her own whereabouts and those of the Dawn Shard concealed. Had she chosen then to go before her people, my error in announcing her suicide would be known. to the great detriment of my efforts to assemble a resistance.
Yes.
In such circumstance as the Lady Ash then found herself, even were she to proclaim Dalmasca restored, it would serve only to invite the Empire's wrath. Though Arcadia had lost her 8th fleet, she remained, as ever, a military power with which to be reckoned.
Yes. All right. So that's Halim's journal. The Marquis of Bujerba, which is the town we're looking at right now. What is in the sky? Actually, this might be Arcadia. Yeah, I think it's Arcadia, buddies. Sorry. I was wrong before. I'm so sorry. Oops.
The Rosarian Empire assembles a vast host under guise of
Arcades.
exercises. It is our belief they wait for the proper pretext, the sooner to make their strike against Arcadia.
The loss of Leviathan and her fleet at such a time comes as a most grievous blow. Were Rosaria to invade, the battle would be hard fought. Had Lord Vane not deployed the fleet so capriciously, we would not now find ourselves in such perilous circumstance.
Lord Vane shall be made to answer for his actions. It is the will of the Senate. Excellency, though he be your son, justice must be served.
A convenient thing, justice. And so I must now make a choice between my throne and my son.
A most lamentable situation for us all.
Oh? For Lord Vane, perhaps. Yet surely Lord Larsa will make for a fine emperor.
Larsa so adores his brother, and he is yet young.
But he will not remain young forever. Already he busies himself unraveling Lord Vane's tangled skein. Lord Larsa has found his role to play and pursues it with some enthusiasm.
Ah, yes. And who would set him at such tasks?
What matter? Lord Vane himself once saw his elder brothers brought to like justice, did he not? At your Excellency's behest, as I recall.
You may put yourself at ease, Lord Gramis. So long as the Senate watches over her, Arcadia's well-being will ever be ensured.
By your will, I shall bid Vane return to Arcades.
What a regal-looking gentleman, huh? Didn't he look super stoic? Huh, good thing he got the Dawn Shard for her. What a nice guy.
So, it was the Dawn Shard that brought down the Imperial fleet.
You know your stuff.
Destructive power of such force. I've seen it once before. Lady Ash, you know of what I speak.
Nabudis?
The capital of Old Nebradia, Lord Rassler's fatherland. At the time of the invasion, a division of Imperials entered the city. There was a mighty explosion. Friend and foe died alike. Something was there. One of the Dynast King's relics. The Midlight Shard was in Nebradia.
More Nethicite. Well, no wonder they invaded.
That ridiculous war. The trap at the treaty signing. All this because Vayne wanted power. He must not be allowed to claim the Nethicite. The Empire must never hold it.
Oh, they already do. The Dusk Shard? Most likely the Midlight Shard, too. Besides, can't they manufacture Nethicite now?
Very well. Then the path set before us is clear. We'll use the Dawn Shard to fight them. Dalmasca does not forget kindness, nor ill deed done. With sword in hand, she aids her allies. Sword in hand, she lays to rest her foes. This Nethicite I hold must be my sword. I will avenge those who have died. And the Empire will know remorse.
You even know how to use it?
I...
The Garif may know. The Garif people live by the old ways. Magicite lore is a part of their culture. They may hear it. The cry of the Nethicite's power. Whispers of the stone's menace.
Dangerous though it be, what we need now is power. Should we declare Dalmasca free without the means to defend our claim, the Empire would crush us. You must take me to meet with the Garif.
They live beyond Osman Plain.
Not exactly close.
Compensation, is that what you want?
Straight to the point, aren't we? I like that. Compensation. How about the ring?
This? Isn't there something else?
No one's forcing you. I'll give it back to you as soon as I find something more valuable.
What do you mean something more valuable?
Hard to say. I'll know when I find it. What is it you want, Vaughn? What are you looking for?
Me? What am I looking for? I guess... Well, you know...
You know. Rabanastre. The beautiful background music of Rabanastre.
The Garif are said to dwell in Kirwan.
So they do. We'll need to head south, past the Giza Plains.
It is the rains now in Giza. The wadis will be swollen with the deluge. Passage may be difficult.
But those same waters may also lay open new routes to us.
Regardless, we must go south, yes?
First things first. You're eager to be on your way, I know. But we should see that we're prepared before setting out.
I made my resolve 2 years ago. I swore to overcome any hardship I may face.
Man cannot live by resolve alone, Princess.
All right. So this is the super side shops where the clan shop is located. You can buy a lot of rare items at the clan shop when you eventually go to it. We're not going to go there yet. We have to do a few more hunts before I even bother with it. If we're going to be honest. And since we're in the area, let's purchase all the magics that we can buy. Ah, the old stop and gravity. Dama, it's not just a nuclear soul bomb. It's the proof of her lineage. She wants to restore a kingdom and use a nuclear soul bomb to destroy another kingdom. But with that, we've gotten to the point in the game where we're going to go on a lot of hunts, we're going to do a lot of side quests, and we just don't have enough time to jump into that now. So, I'm going to go to bed, and I hope you do too. It was my pleasure to give you guys a little bit of Final Fantasy XII while we got to that point in the game. It's at this point in the game that things are gonna kinda get a little crazy. We're gonna start farting around a lot more. Starting from this point onward. So, next week, make sure you bring a snack, because things are gonna get intense. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.